Good morning, everyone. Warriors, Vigor Warriors 2. Welcome to our channel. This is Vigor Warriors 2 channel. We talk about a lot of health issues and talking about primarily focusing on males 50 and older, but I have a lot of younger viewers and a lot of female viewers as well. And I appreciate all that, and I appreciate all the subscriptions and people have comments. And once again, if you like what we're doing, subscribe. Go ahead and like and comment. I always take questions and kind of put videos together based on that. And today we have one of those questions. And today we're going to talk about how you start NoFap. And this is something that we focused on a little bit with retention and the journey that I've had over the last 400 and some days, 453 I believe it is at this point. And I can't actually have lost count. I just keep track just for the most part to kind of see where I'm at. But this is definitely, I've never been able to do this before. So I think it's wonderful. And how that started, well, a lot of it was really kind of a matter of figuring out how can I stop a bad behavior. And that's the question you have to kind of look at when it comes to NoFap. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And a lot of it comes back to what your eye and your mind is thinking at the same time. Once again, dopamine, those type of things come into you because you're creating those type of things because of images you're seeing. So the first thing you've got to do is you've got to take yourself away from the image. The images are all around us, whether you have a phone, whether you have a computer, whether you have television, whatever it might be. And there's also obviously images around us outside, all different types of things that head with us. So the first thing you got to do is you've got to look at your own situation. And you got to say, okay, I have got to eliminate all the pictures I have. So if you have things that are downloaded, I would delete those and get rid of those, right? You have accounts that are imaging counts and things on there that are really going to cause you to go back to this, get rid of those things as well. The less things you have around you, the better off you're going to be. And that's part of the key to it. If you keep the things around you and you think, well, I'm going to be able to control myself and not be able to, do it, well, I think it's very difficult. It's very difficult. And I've tried that before, and it's not very easy. So I think what you got to do is you got to move away from this stuff, and you got to push it to the side, and you got to try to get rid of it. Now, when it pops up, those type of things, you've got to just go to something else. You've got to just train your mind to say, if I see something, I'm moving away. And so you've got to kind of condition your mind to move into different areas and find a different thing to look at. So if it's something on television, walk away if you have to. Come back at another point where the show is back on. You don't see a lot of those type of images, okay? And advertisements are bad because they portray people in a certain way and they want you to buy something. This is why it's called television programming, right? They're trying to program us to buy certain products, and this is why you see things like that. And certainly you don't ever want to get close to things like OnlyFans and all this other kind of stuff that's just talking, this primarily images. People are paying for images. If you think about it, it's pretty crazy people do that, all this money for that, because what they're doing is basically kind of killing themselves with loss of energy and things like that. So you have to get to the point where you're not doing that. So first thing to do is try to eliminate all those things around you, okay? The second thing you do is you got to get busy. You got to get your goals set. Get some goals set to be able to say, okay, these are the things that I want to achieve. And once you do that, then you're going to be able to start working towards those goals. The more preoccupied you are, the more occupied you are with things, you're not going to be able to think about other things. And after a while, you're going to form a habit of being preoccupied. And it's just going to keep your mind off of the fapping and the images and all those type of things. So do things to keep your mind occupied and be able to do that. And so therefore, it sets goals up. Best thing that I can think of is exercising. Go out and run. Go out and do something. You have a dog, take your dog for a walk. go for a bicycle ride. All these things are more constructive than sitting there and watching these images. Okay, the images do something in my mind, in my thought pattern, do something to destroy your brain. I just believe that. I believe they do things to kind of make your brain think different things and go in a different direction. And you don't want that to happen. And you got to stop that. And so the images you see on TV, I don't even watch TV. You know, maybe from some sporting events, I watch some football games or things like that. Internet, I just watch shows that relate it more to, sports like I like wrestling and football and different things like that. And other types of hobbies, like I have a comic book collection, railroad collection, all kinds of stuff like that, model railroad. So I don't really look at videos anymore. Now I catch up the news the best way that I can. But the thing about it is that you don't want, news is at least not those type of images. So what you really want to do is you want to kind of focus on getting away from the images. The images, if you get away from the images and you build a habit, remember it takes about 21 days to stop a habit. So I would try to start this tomorrow. If you haven't already, I would encourage you, please try it. Try it and see. Because warriors, if you try it, you're going to be amazed on the outcomes you have. So day 1 tomorrow, try this and see, can I go from the whole day without looking at an image? Now the other thing you got to do is certainly, obviously, keep your hands busy doing things. You don't want to even get near that thinking about doing anything with those pictures, okay? You want to keep your hands busy working on things. Once again, working out's the best thing to do. Work in the yard, whatever you have that you can do. Keep your mind off of those things. Even if you're playing video games, that's better. Obviously, the video games have bad images on some of those games, but you don't want to do that as well. But the thing is, you want to keep away from the images, and you want to keep your hands busy doing other things, so you're not thinking about even those type of things. Because you're going to have, the first few weeks are going to be, tough. You're going to think about these images all the time. Past images, things like they're almost conditioned in you. But you got to kind of move away from those type of things. And you have to do those things. Now, I meditate and pray as well. That's your choice. That's going to be up to you. But once again, you're doing something to get your mind away. As Bruce Lee says, you have to empty your mind. Get your mind away from thinking those thoughts. Those thoughts could come to you, but you're the one that lets them nest in you. And if they nest in you, then you're going to do something about it. And that's when you get into these bad behaviors. And now you're losing your energy again. And you're relapsing. So I will challenge you guys to start doing at least a 2-week NoFap. So we'll see what happens. Do 2 weeks, and keep going, and try to kind of keep yourself on that pace so that you're getting the images away from yourself, and you're basically kind of keeping yourself so busy that you don't have time to do this. And before you know it, as you get to that 21-day mark, you're going to be able to get stronger and stronger. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. But to me, that's the key point of this whole thing. Shut off all the images around you and go cold turkey for a while. Go cold turkey at least for a day or two and see how that works. And all of a sudden, you may find there's a lot of things out there to do than just kind of watching those images. Sometimes you get into a habit, my friends. You get in a habit of just watching this stuff and you get addicted to it. It's almost like the video game kind of addiction. And you got to get away from it for a while, or else you'll be sitting there for days on end, and you're sitting and do nothing. And so you're draining yourself, your life force away. All right, so have a great day, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Battle on.